Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? I'm Dana Jimenez for Los Cabos Home and Life, and today we're coming from you live from Casa Dorada. So you can hear us in radiodiferente.com, or right now we're getting starting live in Facebook. So you can share and tell your friends, because today we have a very important and a fantastic guest, our friend Samantha Buckly. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm happy.
Oh boy, am I happy. And we have so much to talk about. This hour is just going to go so fast. So today, friends, this is our episode number 94. We just know so we can keep it in track, and we're proud of every one of our shows. Everyone is very special. And so there's so many things I want to ask you, and I want to pick your brain, and I know that people are going to start sending questions. I just run into one of our friends up here, and she says, like, I need to go because I need to tune in.
Oh, awesome. Fun.
Yes.
This will be fun.
So, Samantha, you're a professional life coach, certified life master consultant.
Yes.
And you have been coaching and trained more than thousands of people throughout your career.
Yes.
So, for a coach, what would you say, how did it all started for you? Because I want to know about first your story.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So first I was born. No, I'm just kidding. How did coaching started for me? Well, I think many of us are in the business of wanting to help people. We want to help our friends. We want to be see other people thrive and do well. And in my business life, I fell into a training role where I was training people, training them in sales, training them in service, developing people, right? For businesses. And it just became more and more apparent to me, I want to develop people for their own lives. I want to help people independently. And when I was a kid, I thought I wanted to be a psychologist, or a counselor or a therapist. And then I wanted to be a music teacher. So it's always been something of how can I help people? How can I touch people's lives and, lift them up? And coaching just became the next natural move for me. And I didn't make that move until I was 40. Well, I moved to Mexico at 40, so everybody can reinvent themselves. You're never too old, or there's really no excuses why you can't do something.
Because you've been here full-time for 12 years.
Full-time for 12 years.
From where did you move?
I moved from Whistler, British Columbia, Canada.
Beautiful Whistler in the summer. Well, also in the winter. It's a huge skiing.
Extraordinary. It really is. But the funny thing is I'm actually born and raised in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
So I'm a West Seattle born and raised girl who met the love of my life in 1999 and married him 10 months later. And after 7 years in Whistler, who would have thought I was going to move to Snow? I said, let's go try this. And we moved here with our kids, and we have never looked back.
And your kids were young when
2 and 4.
Babies, not young.
No, babies, 2 and 4.
That we touched this subject. Also, there's a lot of people watching, and people say, like, well, is it safe in Cabo? Like, what about my kids? House education is fabulous.
It's amazing.
Have really good education here.
I'm really so blessed because for the most part, we can live anywhere we choose in the world. We can live because we're, Canadian, we're American as far as our citizenships, and we're permanent residents of Mexico. So if we want to live in Hawaii, or if we want to live in Singapore, if we want to live in Ireland, or wherever we want to live, we choose here. The lifestyle is amazing, and my husband and I have joked about it a lot. It's like Barbie's Playhouse.
Okay,
it's
interesting.
So safe here, and it's like a bubble,
Yes.
And we feel, and I listen to my really close friends who I love so much growing up, and what they're dealing with across the border, north of the border. I feel more caution there than I do here, that's for sure. And the education here, unbelievable, really.
The schools is very good.
Yes. Yeah,
and also, Cabo has this atmosphere. It's so magical. And if you want to make it here, you will. if you don't get lost in the party, if you don't, like if you focus and you get a life coach that really helps.
No.
Like, no, guys, like right now, somebody just came and saw Samantha and said like, hi, and just compliment you. And I was getting some water and go like, that's what it's all about. And you feel that energy. And you have a great energy. And it doesn't surprise me that you would have chosen to help other people, because I can see that you have a very humble and very nourishing heart.
Oh.
And we need that. I don't know, but I mean, in me personally, I do need to grow. And that's another thing we're going to talk about. Your new book, Unstuck Yourself.
Yes.
And that really hit, because I was reading from it and I go like, aha moment.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It was a calling to me to write that book.
But I don't want to go jumping all over, because I'm just so excited that you're here. And so you were saying that you came down here with your husband,
yep.
Alex, that I know very well because he does marketing for our company.
That's right.
RE Mexico Real Estate. Hello to all my awesome boss, Blake and Julie. We love him. Love them. And also, you guys are a powerhouse.
Thank
together.
You.
By yourselves and together.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, he's amazing. If you go to my website, A Designed Life, LLC.com, you're going to see some amazing stuff that my husband does. He is a great story, too, because he simply took his hobby. Mind you, 3 months after I quit my job, which we'll get into later, and decided to go to school full-time to be a life coach, my husband decided, I'm not fulfilled, and you've inspired me to follow my dreams and my passions. So he quit his job. So here we are in Mexico with 2 young kids, unemployed.
Oh, my God.
And we started our own businesses. And, so he's a phenomenal web designer and manager.
Yes, he is. But what it really surprised me is that what you just said, that Alex told you inspired me, because in couples, when somebody's succeeding, the other might get jealous, and then things they don't go so good.
No, we're really great friends. We're really great friends. We met in our 30s, so we picked each other. You know, we picked each other.
Well, you both picked really well.
Thank you.
Okay, so should we start going into the subject about your book and the coaching? Like, for example, if I want to, it could be a little bit intimidating to have a coach, or how to find a coach. What would you say to our audience?
Well, there's a few things to know what a coach is and what a coach is not. And I think that has a lot to do with it. Is a coach really, this is the way I've always described it, is you're looking through the windshield of a car. You're looking through the windshield. So we're going forward. We're looking ahead. We're not looking in the rearview mirror about our stories of what happened to us or our experience from the past. Therefore, we've got some idea we can't do something because we haven't done it before. It's really about, well, you just haven't done it yet. So coach is kind of the way you would think of people like in a sport. The coach is on the sidelines. It's seeing your talents and really exploiting your talents for the greater good. And that's what we do. A great coach only cares about your desired outcome. We're different than friends. Don't get me wrong. I've become great friends with a lot of my clients. Matter of fact, the foreword of my book is written by what was originally a client and now a great friend and someone I still work with and mastermind with, Jenny Reichert. But the idea is purely that we're only invested in you or in you. We don't care if you break up with your boyfriend. We don't take sides. We don't care if you quit your job. We're not your boss who's trying to get you to stay in your position, and we're not the friend or the mother-in-law. We just want what's best for you and to keep moving forward. So that's kind of the coach aspect, or at least it's mine. It's how I coach.
And, well, you have to be very trained also to do that. So when you went to school, and it also helps you, right? A lot.
Yeah.
You're very like on target deadlines, and you have to be like that. If not, things don't get accomplished.
Yeah, well, that's my personality too. I'm impatient, so I'm kind of, let's go, skip to the end.
But that's how you get things done, and also creating good habits.
Right. Well, we met in a mastermind. I mean, we work in a mastermind, and that's different. When I'm facilitating a group, my job is to keep people on task. That's why it's different than I'm going to get together with my girlfriends and gossip, or I'm just going to go talk, and don't get me wrong, I love to get together with my girlfriends, so I'm not knocking that or anything. I confide in my friends, and we have that. But as far as when we're in the business of designing our lives, let's get to it.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah.
No, and I mean, sometimes you have friends, but you never know what they're going through, and maybe some of their advice would be through them, and maybe they also. So just go with the pros.
Yeah. I think go with the pros. If you want to move in life, if you find, like we talked about my book, it's being stuck. If you're stuck, it's kind of like. By the way, coaches are for people who have a pretty good life. They're not for people that are requiring mental help or we don't give medication. We're not psychiatrists. We're not psychologists. As much as we do a lot of that, as do all of our friends, right? I mean, that's a pretty normal role for many people. But we're only concerned with moving you forward. Period. That's the only agenda. Is okay. If you're feeling stuck and you're feeling like life's supposed to be better, I mean, it's good, but it ain't great.
No, we only live once. It needs to be awesome.
Great. Yeah, it should be. It should give you a charge. You should look at it and go, oh, my God, I love my life.
Okay, just so people that are getting very curious, how can they download your book?
Okay, so my book was pre-released a couple weeks ago, and I'm super excited.
Because it's become one of the best sellers.
It's a bestseller.
So that's one more thing that you could put in your list of accomplishments.
Right? Well, I'll wait till you hear, too, like why it's such a huge accomplishment. I have something on my lip gloss. Anyway. So you can go on Amazon right now, and you can download the book, and it's for an introductory price of $4.99 US. So there's the Amazon e-reader version, and then next month it'll come back out in hard copy, and that'll be Amazon, I believe Amazon and Barnes & Noble, and then in a couple of months it'll come out in paperback.
And are you going to do it like on Audible?
I am going to do an Audible.
Please do, because that's how I get my books. I mean,
me too.
When I'm driving, when I'm going hiking up the mountain, that's when I really like to go. And then I like to listen to it, because I think I'm sure this book is something that once in a while you have to listen to it or reread it.
Oh,
because, I mean, you can be moving forward, but life is going to put some curves, like send you some challenges, so you kind of like need to get back up and go back again.
Well, the old habits creep in. It's kind of like when you're designing a new life or a new way of living and letting go of old habits, because that's a lot of what we need to do is let go of our old stories, our old habits, our old belief systems. I liken it to going to the gym. You go to the gym, you get really great at working out, you look awesome, you're all fit. If you just stop, you lose all your results. It's the same thing with life design, right? Is you got to get moving. You got to keep going and touch in and check in, and so there you go. Now, here's it's perfect for you. When I do the Audible, or even what I've done is, instead of making the book a workbook, my website has a workbook that if you've purchased the Audible, which isn't out until New Year's, January.
Okay.
But if you purchase the book or the whatever, then you can go to my website and download a workbook. This is work. If you want to change your life, it's not a wish. It's a decision. We decide for it.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't be lazy. You can't be sitting around, and that's one of the things that we're going to talk, and just wishing and saying like, well, I hope it happens. No, you have to take action.
Right?
Yes. But I do suggest, and I'm going to do that, like I would like the hard copy because I like having a book in my hand, and I like
highlighting.
And,
for sure.
Yeah.
I want the hard copy too.
So you were saying that it was a challenge for you to write this book, or did I heard right? Yes.
Yeah, it was.
So tell us about that.
Well, what you'll learn about me is I actually was, I didn't go to school very much in high school. I skipped class a lot. And I'm not going to get into my old story because I'm super grateful for it. But I have a story. You've read part of my story.
Yes.
So I dropped out of school my sophomore year, and I went back, and I dropped out of school again my junior year. And then I got my GED, which is the States is your general equivalency diploma. Mm-hmm. I'm not dumb, by the way. I aced it, but I don't remember an English class really or language arts class. I wasn't. My kids are amazing. I just don't think that way. And then I went to university to be a music teacher, and then I dropped out of that. So I have not been a great student of studying. I haven't been a great educational student.
Like to be in a classroom going like...
Yeah, forget it.
It's not for
just
everybody,
not my
and
space.
things are changing.
No, it's not my space. I don't know what a conjugated verb is. I really don't. So there you go. Which is funny because my eldest son is going to university and his goal is to be a writer, and he's phenomenal. So, it's in here. He just studied.
Each of us is born with different things. That is what makes the world.
Yeah. So so for me to write a book, are you kidding me? I write how I talk. So
I'm like
you do
that,
too?
and I'm so conscious, not conscious. Like I'm so timid when I'm even posting, and then I see some mistakes and go like, "Oh my god!"
Let go of it.
But then
do it imperfectly. We're all imperfect. Just do it.
I started doing that, like doing the radio show. Like people said, "You're not trained," but I prefer to talk like I talk to you directly.
Yeah.
Than be all like.
Right.
Because it's not me, right?
Like
I'm goofy. But,
right. So, to write a book, how do you write a book? So I started writing a book. I just started writing it, and then I realized I really don't have the skills. So then you say, okay, well, what's something I could do, which you'll learn if you work with me ever or with my courses or my books. What's something I could do in the direction of being a best-selling author? That's what I wanted. I wanted to be a best-selling author. And I put it on my vision board. And so then you ask the question, well, what can I do to do that? Well, I decided to hire someone to help me write the book.
There you go.
There you go. Now, that was a lesson in itself because I'm not telling anybody anything different in this book that hasn't been around for centuries. It's just how I talk. It's just in my style. And it took a lot of work with this publishing writing company to capture my voice. Make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, because I swear. And I swear in the book. I curse. And they would send it back and they would take the curse words out. And I'm like, no.
No, because
you need to put those in because that's how I talk. Well, you don't want to offend your readers. If they don't like my mouth, they're not my readers.
Perfectly, exactly. If you're offended by this,
I'm not your person. There's a million people saying very much the same thing as I'm saying.
And there might be a lot of people very politically correct and everything.
Yep.
But not the best intentions or
I'm
not with that.
Yeah. So that's the thing leading up to writing a book is, triple school dropout and really don't know how to complete a sentence. But you just get the right people. If you did make a decision, which you'll understand when you work with me, I love it. You have to make a decision. If you make a decision, then you put the blinders on and you decide, what do I need to do to achieve that? Not, how am I ever going to do that? That didn't work. That energy is lame.
It kind of like then your brain is just like a bunch of horses and you can't contain it. I've been criticized back in the past because right now I simply don't care.
I love not caring.
But I have always taken decisions and very important decisions. Like when I moved here to Cabo, I took that decision in 4 days. I was given 2 weeks to think about it. Mm-hmm. And it just was a good feeling to me. And I'm the kind of person that I just jump in.
Yep.
And I know that my wings will grow.
You'll land on your feet, and you're never too far down a road. I mean, unless, let's not be silly. I'm not suggesting you throw yourself in front of a truck or off a bridge or something.
No, but in professional or in life.
You're never too far down any road that you can't pause and go, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn left. If you think that that's not possible for you, that's full ego, or it's an excuse.
Talking about the ego, that's a lot of things. I've not read, listen to a lot of books. Like, you can get stuck having an ego because it's just easier, but I know it's not easy for a lot of people to work at it. It's something that when you're coaching people, you work with those things, I suppose.
I think, you mean in regards to ego?
Yeah, because it's a mixed.
People are pretty raw with me. I mean, I kick in the door pretty fast, and it's one-on-one, right? I coach, and they're pretty raw with me. And ego, they don't get, there's not a lot of ego involved. If there is, I don't want to work with people that can't get over it. It's really simple. Stop behaving that way. Look at yourself, and let's just get down to the facts, the truths about you.
And sometimes when that starts coming out, then a lot of things are being moved, like psychologically, emotionally.
Absolutely. It's not uncommon for me to recommend people I work with to also work with me and, a counselor or a psychologist. Because if you're going to move some boulders, there's going to be some stuff underneath it, which is okay. It's great.
Yes.
We work hand in hand, so.
Because yesterday we were talking about that I would love for you to be my coach.
Yeah.
And you said, well, okay, I'll put you in the
list.
waiting list. That is huge. Yeah.
I know, it is huge. I'm really, really excited and proud that my business has been built to the fact that I have a waiting list. Yeah, I'm so grateful for it.
But also that for me, what I thought is that instead of getting more people, like you do take time with people, with your clients, so they can grow and more personalized.
Yes, and I refer them on if we're not a match, because sometimes we're not a match, and it might just be who we are, and it may be timing, the time of life that our paths cross, and so I'll refer them on.
I do that in real estate with my clients. If I'm not having that chemistry, that good vibe with my clients, I prefer to refer them, because then I know it's not going to go anywhere.
Right. Well, and who wants to do work they don't love? So quite frankly, I don't want to work with people I don't want to work with.
Life is too short.
I love my work. So if I'm dreading a session, which I have in the past, don't worry, it's not lately, if I'm for my clients. But if I'm dreading a session and I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Mm-hmm. There you go.
So to start coaching, let's say you give me an appointment.
Yes.
Okay, that will happen.
I will at some point.
That will happen,
for sure.
Yes. But being in the mastermind, that session was so powerful, and it was kind of like boom, boom, boom. So I've been working on it and stuff like that, and also discovering things that I had in my
inside
me, and also the challenges. And you have to have deadlines, and the vision board you mentioned is so important.
Yeah, it's It's funny. When you first become a coach, like for those people that actually go to school to learn how to coach, which I'm a fan of, getting educated, experience is awesome, but you should also learn some of the parameters of what coaches do and don't do, the values, things like that. But anyway, so one of the things that they say is pick your niche. In Canada, they say niche. In the States, they'll say niche, like your area of expertise.
In Spanish, nicho.
Oh, nicho. See, I got a Spanish lesson today. Primarily, that's for marketing. It's really for marketing, you know what I mean? It's kind of like an avatar or whatever that you would do for your business. And so I was originally a sales coach because that's my background, sales and leadership. Okay, I'll be a sales and leadership coach, which I still am, by the way. But here's the truth of the matter. It's all life coaching. It all's life coaching. If you imagine your life as something, I'll make it something simple that everybody can relate to, is a car. Your life is a car. You are a car. And you have cylinders, right? So let's just use a simple, small 4-cylinder car. So you have the love and relationship cylinder, and you have the time and money freedom cylinder, and you have the career or creative expression, and then you have your health and well-being. You could hire me, let's say, because you say, Sam, I really want to work on my career. Trust me, I will pay attention to all 4 cylinders. Because if the other 3 shut down, this one doesn't matter. Career doesn't matter if everything's shutting down. Because I promise that one will end up shutting down too. There's too much on it. It won't run properly. So it's all life coaching.
No, I'm very visual, and that example makes total sense. I can understand
Me
that.
too.
Because, like, one of the things that we mentioned that day in the master class, I haven't taken a vacation in 3 years.
Oh my God, that's so wrong.
And you said to me, this year, you're going on vacation.
Absolutely.
Well, not maybe this year because December is just around the corner.
Yeah, but then I think of years in 12-month periods.
Okay, yes.
And you said, I'm going to try. Oh, no, you're going. You're going.
Yes.
Decide for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's already in my vision board and all of that.
Wait till we get writing your vision like people will do in the book. Your mind's going to...
Because things are going good right now, but I want them to go phenomenal.
Great. Phenomenal.
And another thing, when things start going so well,
yeah.
it gets scary. And then you also need to, I have someone in my notes. Let me just, Ellie, me pasas mis notas. With my dress, I can't reach over there.
I can reach your nose. Like she's got her nose.
Thank you. It's a little bit.
But you look so pretty.
Oh, thank you. I love this dress.
It's so pretty.
Okay. Okay. Things are going so well.
Yeah.
And it just happened to me this week. Like 4 accepted offers in 1 week. And you go like,
unbelievable.
So
phenomenal.
Now,
I mean, of course it's believable, but yay.
Yes. Okay, I know. In the States, it's different. Real estate in Mexico. Here, basically, is full.
No, you're special.
Yeah. Oh.
You are.
Oh.
Go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, but the thing is that, okay, you start getting, like, very successful.
Yes.
And you need to learn how to deal with that, too.
Oh, yeah. And that's got almost everything has 2 sides to it. Sometimes it's fear of success. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's fear of falling off the pedestal, or what if I become more successful than my friends or my family and they see me differently. Often, there is a little saboteur in us that ruins things because we have a block or an upper limits problem as to how much success we actually allow into our lives. It's very subconscious. Gay Hendricks wrote a phenomenal book called The Big Leap. And it talks about these upper limit problems.
Now that you say that, and I've been thinking about this, when I was a kid, I'm good at sports.
Yep.
And I used to always win.
Yep.
And one time in the carpool, 2 of the moms were talking. They didn't know that I was listening. And they made a comment. So I said, I really like those moms, and I want to still hang out at their house because it was fun. So I started losing on purpose so I could be liked more.
See?
And a lot of people think that I'm very insecure, and I have a very insecure side to me.
Yes.
And it comes to that because, like, you want people to like you.
Of course we do. It's human nature. And the people that say, I don't care, yes, you do.
Yeah. So
That's
I need
just a block.
So I need to work on that because what I'm thinking and what I have been reading is that then you attract people that feel comfortable around you, right?
Yeah. You want your tribe.
You want your tribe. I'm looking for my tribe.
You want your
tribe. I
tribe.
have found part of my tribe.
They'll come.
They'll come.
No, but you want your tribe. That's important. That's a big deal. That's a whole other book right there.
I think I see you having more than one book. I'm a little bit of a witch. No.
You are a witch. They call me witch all the time. Awesome.
Oh.
I probably will have another book.
I'm sure you will. And I think we need it.
Okay.
Because there's so many things. Also, I was reading when I was first reading your book, you learn a lot from your clients.
Oh, I learned so much from my clients. I mean, that's experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
Be really good, ask really good questions, and listen. If you ask really good questions, you get really good answers. If you ask really lame, low, do you, would you, could you questions, you get yes, no, maybe answers. You don't learn from that. So yeah, it's been amazing. I've practiced a lot on my clients.
Okay. And like, how do you see like signs when you're getting stuck and then you're just dealing with the past? Like that's hard to overcome because sometimes we just run in a half empty.
Yeah. So when I decide if I'm going to work with a client or if a client wants to work with me, it's two ways. You know, maybe we're a fit, maybe we're not. I actually do what's called a strategy session. And I ask some pretty tough questions by the end of it because I'm not willing to waste my time with people that aren't willing to do the work. It's going to probably be a cha-cha.
A what?
A cha-cha. You know, the two steps forward, one step back, or one step forward, two steps back. Because that's what happens. I mean, our paradigms, our habits, they're sneaky little bitches. I write that in my book. They are. They will seduce you in the ways to try and pull you back to an old comfort zone. As much as logically it's not comfortable, it's what you know. So subconsciously you'll create that kind of a space. So if people want to stay in their story, this happened to me, Sam, so this is why I do this. Okay, so we've acknowledged this happens to you, and we acknowledge that that's why you used to do that up until now. But now and you reframe and replace the new thought or the new behavior, right? I thought you wanted to leave the old way and you wanted to have this new beautifully designed life. Well, then let go of it. It's a memory. Look back at it, but stop letting it run your future. So, did that answer it? It was a long answer to the question, right?
It's a perfect answer. And then when, like, the day that we were at the mastermind, I mean, I was quiet because I was very attentive, listening and learning. Mm-hmm. That's very important.
You're in with a powerful tribe of women there. That's
yes,
a powerhouse
very admirable group. You know, one of the best advices my dad gave me is that you have 2 eyes and 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So observe, listen, and talk less. Okay,
so here's a really great thing that my mentor taught me. Your eyes and ears face forward, not backwards. Ears face forward, eyes face forward.
Boom.
We're going forward.
Like that.
Uh-huh.
Very much.
I know. I stole it because she gave it to me.
Yes. Where was I about my idea went about when we were at the mastermind? Let me see my notes because I mean
you were listening and your dad gave you good advice to be a good listener.
Yeah, no, but there's so many questions and so many things that I want to ask you, so we could just like get the most out of your beautiful information in this hour program. But like, yeah, a lot of people get addicted also to their past, right?
Yeah, they get addicted to their story. That's what we talk about.
Yes, and like you also then taking action, moving forward.
Yeah, taking action, moving forward. Everything's energy, and we're a science. And you mentioned at the top of our conversation today about action and law of attraction and manifesting and creating. And, you know, there's plenty of people that say, oh, I don't believe in that stuff, but they set goals. So what's the difference, really? I mean, it's just bigger than a goal. You know, having a dream or a vision is just bigger than a goal. That's all. And so I tease people, and I've got one of my quotes is that the statement law of attraction has the word action right in it. You don't sit there, you don't sit there and cross your fingers and wish and pray.
Yes.
That doesn't work.
No. I remember where I was going to get listening to everybody's story and listening to you start getting those aha moments. It's when you know that you're sitting at the right time, at the right place, with the right people, and you can get so much in some couple of hours from learning, and you go like, I can do that. That's the way you do it, and just to solve. Because like if we're stuck in a problem, and I do that a lot, especially when I'm dealing with negotiations, when I have an offer on the table and people and they're like that, there's always a solution. And play without fear.
Amen. And that's if you will come at everything in life as there's an answer to every question and an answer to a solution to every problem. Here's what I want to remind people. It's like, because people love to get stuck in the problem. They love it. and I don't know if it's the tension of it, if it's the woe is me of it, if it's just seems easier. But I love to be stuck in the solution. You know, it's like, listen, there's an answer to this. There is an answer to every question and a solution to every problem. However, the answer to your question does not lie on the same level as the question itself. You have to get into solution or answer mind. You have to be in solution mind. It's not on the same frequency as the problem. So if we can approach something, okay, I know there's an answer to this. Mm-hmm. So we just have to ask better questions. If I knew there was an answer, if I knew there was a solution to this problem I'm having, if I was positive there was a solution, you don't have to know what the solution is. You just have to know it exists. How would I feel right now? What would I do right now if I knew this was going to work out? Changes everything. I've yet to find something there's no solution to. And I'm old.
No, you're not. You're crazy. You're not. But also when you're stuck in a solution and trying to look at a problem,
yeah.
And then you're just beating yourself around the bush and all that stuff and just creating more, it's nice to just kind of like sit back.
Yeah.
Like get away from the solution. Like
the problem.
No, from the problem.
Yeah, no.
Go and have a shower. I mean, showers, I think it just changes your
it's
energy.
It's the negative ions. Baths are the best.
I don't know. I just
Ocean
sometimes,
water.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
And then just kind of like set back.
Yep.
Take a breather. And then come back, and suddenly you might be in the shower. I mean, how many people we get so many good ideas in the shower or driving?
Yeah.
It goes like boom. Oh, there you go.
It's also because you know, and this is the thing, a lot of people aren't going to get this piece that we're talking about. They're not going to get it. I run across it all the time. You know there's an answer. If you know there's an answer, then you'll be more open to the fact that I know there's an answer. So what is it? And you can step away, like you said, you can do whatever, and it'll come in. If you say, oh, we're doomed, we're never going to make it, ideas don't flow to you. You've just cut off the flow of ideas to your solutions.
Yeah. And how many times have we been stuck? I love that word, stuck.
Stuck.
Not that I like the word, or I prefer unstuck.
But it's a great way to describe how we feel in our life often, or have at times felt like, I'm just stuck, man. I don't know. It's fine, but it ain't great.
And for me, that my main language is Spanish, it feels so nice to say stuck.
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 It's really close to another word that I like to use, but go ahead.
I use it a lot too. Too much, and sometimes I just don't even realize, and I'm in that wrong place at that moment. Yes. But... Oh, sorry.
You lost your train of thought?
Are you
stuck?
No, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. No, I have so many things like going through my mind. So just kind of like set back and don't create come with that energy.
Don't feed the problem anymore. Don't give the problem any more food or juice. Just sit back and go, I know there's an answer. It'll come. And then sometimes later you go, okay, so here's the thing. Here's the great thing, and I do this in my workshops. Anybody that's been in a workshop with me, and when you read the book, you're going to see that I do this. I have my participants write the word how on a notepad, really big, how. I write it on board or whatever. And then I have them cross it out and write what. The how is really none of your business. You've heard it before. The how is not your business. What is your business? If I say, okay, here's how am I ever going to pay my bills? Okay, that sounds pretty defeated. Like, poor me, I'm small. How am I going to pay my bills? Opposed to, what can I do today? What's a thing? Just a thing. Doesn't have to be perfect. What's a thing I'm going to do today in the direction of getting that bill paid? And ideas will start coming to you because you're already saying, what's a thing? Because I'm going to do something. Maybe I'll sell something. Maybe I'll go get another job. Maybe I'll, see if somebody needs help. Mm-hmm. So we give up the how and we go to the what.
Yes. I remember what I was going to say.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Thanks for being patient.
Oh, no. Are you kidding me? Now I forgot again. No, I'm just kidding. So sometimes we're in our lives and we're going through a very, very hard time. Those kind of situations that you can even feel like actually pain in your body.
Absolutely.
You go like, how am I going to get through this? And suddenly you get through it, and then the sun comes out. It's a bright day. You go like, okay, I grew from that. Now I'm stronger. So in the practice of that, because life is going to throw you a lot of things
It
out
has
there.
so far.
But it's a good thing, because if not,
Yes.
how would we work? How do we grow? Not
Yeah.
things that you provoke yourself and you're just doing repeatedly the same thing and the same thing, because then, like you wrote, if you are baking or cooking or something,
You're making cookies.
and okay, so I'll try it without the eggs.
Yeah, you
and
can't
then
do
it
that.
didn't work, so then you have to think
You
about it.
You learned. I don't know about you, but I did not learn any of my really great, valuable lessons easily. Certainly
God,
not
no.
because someone gave me advice. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, yeah,
No.
I'm gonna anyway.
And now that
Up until now, I'm much better now.
you're a lot of fun too. But you know, like you say, like, how am I going to pay my bills? Mm-hmm. You know, I think one of the best things that ever happened to me is when I
Couldn't?
no, is that first I was married for a long time. I'm not going to get into the stories, the personal stories. But then when I moved here, I literally moved here with 1 single cent. And for the first time, I had to pay an electric bill that my utilities got cut
Yes.
because I had no clue. I didn't even know. Like my
You
mother
had to
said,
grow
like,
up really fast.
and I wasn't that young. And I grew up fast, and I made a discipline of working every day. And suddenly I started just getting out of my comfort zone completely and going and shaking hands and giving business cards, and I can do this for you. I would buy things, sell it, this and that. And then I started feeling like the abundancy, the money coming in. And since that day, I have never been without money.
Right.
And it's just nice. And you can create it out of like
Absolutely.
thin air.
People tell me all the time, people that take my courses or work with me, and I tell them in advance, I know this is gonna blow your mind. How, if you will just do the work, your life will transform. It's gonna blow your mind. And I always get texts and I get phone calls and I get things like that. And it always starts out, you're not gonna believe it. And my reply is always, yes, I am. I'm going to believe it. Because what you create, if you want to know how you think, take a look at your life. It is a pure manifestation of where your thoughts are. Period. You know, it's exactly. So if you think you can and you think you can't, you're right. So, yeah, just life will change dramatically when you clean up your thinking.
And also what you were saying about running in 4 cylinders, like if your health is taking a toll because you're working too hard,
Yep.
and then this and that, things will not work. You have to have a balance. So
You're going to burn out a cylinder.
So what advice, like somebody right now is watching us and they feel hopeless, what would be your advice just to start today?
Well, if it's hopeless, like that's a pretty big word. First of all, what's possible for one is possible for everyone. So my story, which I'm not going to get into now, it's pretty intense. So if it's possible for me, it's possible for anybody. But that's one thing to know. The other thing is that has it always been this way? Or can you look back at a time in your life where you were happy or you were inspired or you were doing well? Because that means it's not only possible for others, but it is possible for you. You've already been there, you've already done that. So we just need to go back to that place of greatness. And I'm not saying live in your past, but just go back to the belief it's possible. So if I believed it was possible, if I believed I could be happy, if I believed I could be in love, if I believed I could have a job or a career I loved, what's something I would do today toward that? And I would tell you right now is get the book and start working through it. It is a workbook. It is meant to move you. So that would be my bit of advice is first a belief, not a maybe. Give up maybes. It's a yes or no.
It's such a...
And remember, you can always turn around.
Not strong word.
You can
Maybe.
say, yes, I'm going to go down this path. And then you can go, wait, this is the wrong path. I'm going to turn. That's the difference is people get their ego in the way or they get fear of failure or something like that. It's not a failure. Failure is not moving. Not moving down the path, that's failure.
That's
right. Look, I
That's-
start getting
that's
worked up
correct.
about this. I get excited about
No,
it.
you can get all worked up. That's what it's all about. Yes, but also working on yourself because, and you were mentioning this, a lot of people are going like, when I meet my next boyfriend, he's going to make me happy. When I get the new car, I'm going to get happy. No, other people, why would you give other people the responsibility to make you happy? Why don't you
Yeah.
become
Yeah.
and then attract.
That's it. You just nailed it. You have to become and you attract exactly what it is you need. It's on the same frequency. If your life is going really, really yummy and some yucky person comes into it, you're going to feel it right away.
Oh, yes.
Now, your old behavior might go, ooh, it's a bad boy, or ooh, she's this. And so your old paradigms
those bad
might,
boys.
have you choose the wrong person. But your intuition, you'll feel and know right away. The flags will go up right away. It's up to you if you choose to pay attention to them or not.
And it's good to, those 5 first seconds of the first impression, they're very true. So if somebody's just like, but then they talk nice and they know how to work it, then you go like, and go follow your intuition.
Well,
Listen
you've been
to
given
you.
this amazing gift by Source or God or whatever your grand overall designer is of intuition and feeling all that stuff, and pay attention to it because it's really never wrong.
That's right.
That's right.
I had this friend, and she would be a magnet for everything. Money, man, everything.
Nice.
And so when I
You know how many people are going, I want to be that magnet?
Yeah, so then you go and you see, like, what are they doing? I like to observe and just to learn because, like, you can learn.
That's how we learn. It's possible for one, it's possible for everyone. So, yeah.
Making herself happy, always elevating her energy. Because, like, you're having a bad day. No, I'm going to stay in bed today. I'm just going to watch Netflix all day and have ice cream. But then you go, like, I'll just go to the beach and get in and then I'll listen to my favorite music. Why not? I'll treat myself to an ice cream.
Yes.
Elevating your frequency and always being very careful who do you let come into your life.
Right.
If you're having a negative person,
they'll suck the life right out of you if you let them. Well, and the thing is they're all choices. If you want to stay in bed and watch Netflix, amen, go ahead, but you're choosing that.
But not if you feel depressed, to get more depressed. That was my point.
I agree with you. But remember that you have all the power all the time. People feel like they're not empowered. No, you're making a choice. Stay in bed and watch Netflix. That's your choice. If you want to get up and you want to raise your vibration, then get up and do that. These are all your choices. You are completely empowered.
Yes.
Yes. So your next great mood or your next move is just a thought away. Just think.
And also to control a lot of our thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Because you also will attract that. If you're thinking like, oh, that's not good, and that he's going to hurt me. And
that's bad.
No bueno.
It's no bueno. No, it's there's a lot. You're right. We could do this for like 73 hours, this whole conversation thing. It is fun.
And like also like I like in my professional real estate, a lot of people feel that they have to struggle and life is so hard. Not only on my profession, but like we don't get paid until we make the sale.
Right.
So that's very hard.
I've coached a lot of real estate salespeople.
I know. I'm very successful. So I'm next.
But anyway, I interrupted your point.
No, that's fine.
That was the point.
It's fine. Yeah, no, the point is that people think that life has to be so hard. And also I've been having a little bit of a thing that, like there's a word, and I used to use it a lot, hustle.
What was the word?
Hustle.
Oh, the hustle.
And it doesn't have to be hustling all the time.
No.
You need to breathe sometimes.
No, I went from, I've definitely in my career worked the 60 hours, worked the 90-hour, week job, blah, blah, blah. I work 20 hours a week now, 25.
You're my idol.
I know, right?
Yes.
I know. No, I'm just kidding. But it's because I decided for it. Well, I decided for it, and I don't believe that I have to live what other people say I have to live because I've done a lot of work, a ton of work, and I'm talking about internal work. Many of us were raised, you got to hustle, you got to work hard. My dad was a beautiful blue-collar cop from West Virginia coal mines. The mindset was go get a reasonable job at the bank, go get a pension. And those are all great things. But that was work hard. And then you got to work smart. And then you got to work that you love. You can have it all, but you just have to decide you're worthy of it. That's the point we were missing earlier. Some people will mute themselves because they have a sense of deserving. They don't feel that they deserve all the success and all the greatness or all the money or all the love.
That's me.
There you go. I'm very honest. 90% of the people I coach.
So I'm the best candidate.
Oh my gosh, how funny is she?
I mean, I'm honest. I struggle. I mean, just to be here and
So do I.
in talking in public, it goes through a process, and you need to get. But then you go like, I can do it, and I can do it, and then you come like,
Yeah, but it's little baby steps along the way. We go back to the weight loss thing. People say, oh my God, I have to lose 100 pounds or 50 pounds. Okay, but you're going to look amazing after you lose 10. And then when you lose 15, you're going to look even better. And when you lose 20, it's not like you have to, like, I'm going to suck now until I wake up 50 pounds later. It starts getting better every step of the way. Same thing when you start changing your life. It starts getting better right away.
exactly.
It's insane. And then you look back and you go, holy crap, can't believe I was living that old life I used to live. I say it all the time. Can't believe I used to live like that.
And then when everything starts working, then you attract people that will be in the same level you are, and it would be.
Then you got your tribe.
And then you got your
or your
tribe.
ohana.
Your what?
Your ohana in Hawaii.
Ohana,
That's your chosen
yes.
family.
Yes. Oh, very good. Okay. We're just coming to almost to the end of our show, so I'm just going to say hi to Jim Backer and Soraya Hosing Lloyd. That she says Samantha's teachings transforms lives, and I
Soraya made this beautiful necklace, by the way, you guys. Isn't it beautiful? Soraya Kabachica.
she is very.
Baja.
She is very talented, and I saw her here. I apologize, my friends, because I was so concentrated, focusing on our. So I didn't. But we need to have coffee.
Okay, there you
Yes.
go.
No, that's great. So, and also Luis Enrique Torres. So, Samantha, your book. Let's go back
Okay.
for the people that just tune in or something.
Yep.
It's
My
called?
book is available right now. It's called Unstuck Yourself, but the way you spell it is UNS asterisk UCK yourself. The Guide to Designing a Life You Love. And it's on Amazon right now, Mexico, Europe, UK, Canada, and it's only $4.99. It's an introductory rate, so download the book. And yes, the hard copy is coming next month, and then the paperback the month after that. That's up to my publisher. That's why I hired them, is to roll this thing out. And it's working because it's the #1 bestseller already. Yay!
Woo!
First book, right?
Yes. Oh, no, that's so cool. You know, I had a question from
Sure.
somebody in my office. She
Okay.
said, "I know that Samantha's super busy, but would she give kind of like lectures so that we can go, like you can get a huge crowd,
Yes.
and just to listen to her, just to get inspired?" She asked me that.
Aw. Okay, I used to do them, and I will do them again. Yes, I'll do some speaking engagements
Perfect.
with the book. How's that?
There you
I'm
go.
doing one in LA on March 20th and 21st. So tune into my page, and I'll let you know when that speaking engagement is. And yeah, I'll do one here.
And you need to do like a book signing because I want mine dedicated.
Okay.
How special would that
Okay.
be?
Oh,
Okay.
bless your heart. Yes, I'll be happy to. That'll be super fun.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Buckly. How do I pronounce your last?
Hugeson, my husband.
Hugeson,
Alex
because he's
Hugeson, Samantha Hugeson.
I know.
I know, it's so hard.
Hello. For me, yes, Hugensen.
No,
That's
it's hard
kind of like
for everybody.
Scandinavian.
Hugeson. English.
That's-
But Buckley's a good Irish name, so
Okay.
you can go with both.
My dear, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
everything
having
you do
me.
for us, for being so amazing, for inspiring us, and for helping us achieve our goals
So-
better. And to all the ladies that watch, all the men, and thank you so much. I'm Dana Jimenez for Los Cabos Home and Life, and thank you to Jonas Castro, our director in chief, to making this show possible. See you next week.
Bye.